So here's a question for you. Would you trade $500,000 for your dream wedding? I know, it sounds kind of crazy, right? But that's a choice a lot of couples are making without even knowing it. So today, we're going to break down the real hidden cost of saying I do and what that really means for your future.
You know that feeling, right? You get engaged, you're on top of the world, you're planning the best day ever, and then bam! You see the price tag and your stomach just drops. And that forces the big, scary question, how on earth are we going to pay for all this? Well, for a surprising number of people, the answer is they're rating their own future.
Okay, get this. The average wedding in the US right now is clocking in at around $33,000. And that's up a lot from just a few years ago. So when couples see that number, some are making a pretty massive decision. They're dipping into their retirement funds and investments to foot the bill. But what is the real cost of doing that? And that right there is the whole point of what we're talking about today. See, it's not just about the cash you pull out now. It's about the fortune you could be giving up later. We're going to run the actual numbers and show you exactly what that one single day could cost you down the road. All right, so let's dive into this hidden price tag. Because the cost of the venue, the food, the flowers, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The moment you start pulling from your long-term investments, you kick off this chain reaction of costs, and they go way, way beyond that initial wedding budget. Yeah, think about your 401k like a bucket you're filling up for retirement, right? Taking an early withdrawal isn't just scooping some water out. It's like punching a bunch of holes in the bucket itself. Before a single dollar even gets to you, a huge chunk of it just leaks away. Okay, check this out. Let's say you need 25 grand. So you pull it from your 401k. Right off the top, wham, a 10% penalty. That's $2,500 gone. Poof. Then you got to pay income tax on it. If you're in, say, the 22% federal bracket, that's another $5,500. Tack on some state taxes, and suddenly your $25,000 withdrawal is only $16,250 in your hand. Almost 35% of it just vanished into thin air. And look, as much as that hurts, those taxes and penalties, they're actually small potatoes. The real damage, the thing that will really cost you, it's not the money you lose today. It's the future growth you give up forever. This is something called opportunity cost, and honestly, it's jaw-dropping. So let's use a real-world number. Let's say a couple pulls $30,000 out of their investments for the big day. They're maybe in their late 20s, early 30s. They've got a long road ahead of them before they even think about retirement. So the big question is, what if they didn't touch it? What if they just left that 30 grand invested? Let's say it earns a 10% average return each year, which is pretty close to the historical stock market average. Over 30 years, what do you think that little 30 grand pile of trash turns into? $523,482. That's not a typo. Over $500,000. So that $30,000 wedding, it's not a $30,000 choice. It's a $500,000 choice. You're not just buying a party for one day, you're literally trading it for a massive chunk of your future wealth. That is the real hidden price tag. Okay, I know, that number is a lot. It's shocking. But listen, the point here isn't to scare you, it's to show you what's at stake so you can make a better choice. There are absolutely smarter ways to handle this. So let's talk about the strategic path. How to pay for your wedding without bankrupting your future self. So most financial experts will tell you there's a pecking order, a kind of hierarchy for where you should get wedding money. Think of it like a ladder. At the very top, the best and safest option is dedicated savings, just cash you've set aside. Below that, maybe gifts from family. Then you've got a taxable brokerage account. And way, way down at the bottom, the break glass in case of absolute emergency option, is your 401k. Let's boil it down to some simple do's and don'ts. On the do side, the smarter options is maybe pulling from a regular brokerage account, especially with long-term gains since they're taxless. And we'll get to a special trick with Roth IRAs in just a sec. Now, for the don'ts, the avoid at all costs list. Don't touch your 401k or traditional IRA. Don't drain your emergency fund to zero. And for the love of everything, don't make a massive financial choice just because of what you see on Instagram. Okay, so let's talk about that Roth IRA loophole. This is a huge deal for some people. Basically, any money you personally put into a Roth IRA, your contributions, you can take back out at any time, for any reason. No taxes, no penalties. It's your money. But, and this is a big but, the earnings on that money, the growth, that has to stay put until retirement. So it's a flexible option, but you got to remember, Every single dollar you take out is a dollar that's not growing tax-free for you anymore. And all of this really brings us to a much bigger question. Maybe instead of asking, how can we pay for this massive wedding? The question should be, what kind of wedding can we actually afford right now? It's all about redefining what perfect really means to you and making sure it lines up with your financial reality. I mean, just look at where the money goes. The venue alone, that's often more than a third of the entire budget. We're talking an average of over $12,000. And a live band? $4,500. You could get a great DJ for less than half of that. When you see it broken down like this, you start to see where the big savings are. Changing just one or two of these things could save you thousands, maybe enough that you don't even need to think about touching your investments. So check out this tale of two futures. You've got couple A. They go all out, spend 35 grand on the wedding. Fast forward 35 years, the portfolio is worth about $360,000. Not bad. But then you have couple B. They spend 5 grand on a beautiful, smaller wedding, and they invest the other 30,000. They use some of that growth for amazing anniversary trips over the years. After 35 years, their portfolio was worth around $440,000. They created a lifetime of memories, and they have a huge financial head start. And really, that's what this is all about. Your wedding, it's just day one. But your marriage, that's a financial partnership that's going to last for thousands and thousands of days after that. And the choices you make for that first day, they really do set the tone for all the rest. I think this really sums it up perfectly. Your wedding is one incredible day. Your marriage is thousands of days after that. You just got to make sure the money decisions for day one don't mess up day 10,000. Look, there is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting a beautiful, amazing wedding. The goal is just to make sure you're not trading your long-term security for it. If you prioritize the financial health of your marriage, trust me, you'll have reasons to celebrate for the rest of your lives. So I want to hear from you. What's your strategy for your wedding budget? Are you saving up like crazy? Scaling things down? Or have you found some super creative ways to make it all work without raiding your retirement? Drop your ideas in the comments below. I really want to hear how you're all handling this.